Hi, I'm Cliff. I'm a certified personal trainer, and I know that some days just showing up is a workout. But on this channel, we're gonna explore the world together, and it's gonna be with our energy and our time. No judgment, just movement. Subscribe and let's ride. I'll be using a cycling app called Rouvy. If you wanna sign up and try it, there's a referral link below in the description. So join us to keep moving, because after all, an object in motion stays in motion. All right, welcome. Today we are riding part of a really cool internationally known race just outside of Barcelona, Spain. And the name is La Vuelta, and it's in the city of Mataro. We're looking at 12.43 miles and about 361 feet of elevation. Now, remember, this is not a race, it is just a ride. So don't kill yourself on it. Let's have some fun. And I'm gonna tell you some really cool things about this area as we ride. Let's get going.
Hands up.
We're going to start off here with just a little bit of a warm-up. Nothing too crazy. You can see down there on the bottom, this is a very level course. This is one part of a very big race.
On the stories untold, we don't speak, but the rhythm's bold. No.
Look at that sunset.
Sound in our veins.
Or sunrise. Looks like a sunset.
Shout the pain, every drop, like fire in the rain. Say it all without saying a thing. Feel that low, yeah, crawl up your spine. Resistance like neon, tracing the line. Eyes closed, we're all reading the signs. Every move in perfect time. No words, just the sound in our veins. Let the kick drum wash out the pain. Hands high, shout it out with the bass. We speak in the echoes, lights on our faces. Lights on our faces. Silence in a split second pause.
Okay, you'll see I'm doing about 150 watts.
Don't talk.
Don't worry about trying to keep up. You'll be with me no matter what. This is a no-drop ride, obviously, because it's just a video.
Black drums beat in your chest, no lyrics.
And whether you're on a treadmill or just sitting on the couch twinkling your toes,
That instrumental run.
this is about just keeping moving, not about killing ourselves. The reason I started this channel is because I have a condition called multiple sclerosis, and it requires that I keep moving. That helps fight the depression and also the muscle atrophy, which when the atrophy sets in, the condition becomes very difficult to deal with. And I found cycling to be my specific sport of choice that really helps. But I can't overdo it. I've got to just go to basically my limit, which is pretty reserved, and not beyond that. Otherwise, I'm going to have a lot of problems. And that's pretty true for people with other chronic conditions as well. We got to keep moving, but not too much. It's very tricky. Also, if you don't mind, if you could hit that subscribe, like, and maybe even that share if you find value in this. We're very happy to have you here. What I'm doing is building a community of people that just want to keep moving regardless of their situation. And this platform really allows for that. You get to get out and see the world with other people. You don't have to book the travel. You don't have to pay for it. And you don't have to worry about your chronic condition getting in the way, which is what I love. If this is your first time here, welcome. to the iFeelLikeFit community. I'm using a system called Rouvy, and I have linked that in the description below. It involves a smart trainer and a bicycle and a subscription. It's not very expensive. And I do have a referral link down below that gives you discounts. But you don't need all this fancy stuff. You could be using a treadmill or just moving your leg from a chair. It doesn't really matter. If you're listening to the music in the background, this is all music that I've put together. I have a very specific tempo. I want this to be about the experience and not about us killing ourselves and racing as fast as we can. It's very medium tempo. And the lyrics are very specific too. And anybody that has a chronic disease like MS, multiple sclerosis, will definitely understand the lyrics. All right, we're 1.87 miles into it. At the 3-mile mark, I'm going to hydrate. I recommend anybody out there, hydrate before you need to know you have to hydrate. I like to set a schedule, that way I remember. So for me, it's 3 minutes. Sometimes I have a timer on my watch. And I don't have to drink a lot, but I just got to keep drinking. So hopefully those legs aren't burning yet. They're just warming up. Heart rate's coming up just a little bit. A little uphill here. I'm going to use my gears instead of my muscles because I don't want to burn out before I get halfway through this course. And I have to really manage my body temperature. I can't overheat. With MS, that's incredibly difficult to recover from. It could take days. So that's where the gears come in. And also the controlled environment, air conditioned, not too hot, not too cold. Off to my left, you can't see here, but I have a fan blowing right on my throat because that's where the blood gets the most amount of cooling action. But there's no fat on your neck, so the veins right there and arteries get a lot of circulation. Okay, 2.48 miles, 91 feet of elevation on that last one, with 270 feet left of elevation. A little downhill here. Take my chance to take it easy for a minute here. 2.8 miles. I'm doing about 105 watts down this hill. That's a very easy pace. About 25 miles an hour. Now we're up to 160 something watts, 170. I would say if you're a beginner, and this is different for everybody, but in my experience as a beginner at one time, 110 to 150 watts, if you have a watt meter, is really a good, comfortable power output for a longer ride, like 10, 12 miles. But again, different for everybody, especially when you have a chronic condition. Maybe way less than that. And that's fine. That's the beauty of this platform, is no matter how fast you're going or how slow you're going, you're still with us. You're still seeing what we're seeing, and we can talk about it. We're riding as a group. That's awesome. So thank you for being here. Ooh, little hill here. Using my gears. Oh, forgot my water. Sometimes I put some electrolytes in that water, sometimes not. Depends on how much I've had during the day. It's really easy to overdo the electrolytes. A lot of salt, basically all salt, a little bit of sugar. Wow, look at this town. Now, I lived in San Diego for 12 years. Try to say that again. I lived in San Diego for 12 years. And I have to say, there are parts of Spain that look so similar to San Diego that if you blindfolded me and dropped me off in one of these spots, I wouldn't know where I was if I wasn't super familiar with the San Diego area. The geography looks the same, the plants look the same, the buildings look the same. Spain is truly a beautiful country. And beautiful people. Wow, they're just so nice. All right, a little bit uphill here. Then we're going to get a little nice downhill long stretch. Give me a chance to catch my breath. And also talk about some of the stuff about this area that makes it super unique. So this town, which is just not too far from Barcelona, is the birthplace of Spain's first railway. And that started around October 28th in 1848. And it was actually built by a businessman who was a textile guy. And he wanted to modernize the way he got product from here to Barcelona. And it made this city a 19th century powerhouse. If you've been to Barcelona or you've been to this city, Mataro, comment below, let us know, or just give us a thumbs up. Or if you want to go, tell us why and when, what you like about it, what you don't. Or are there parts of Spain you want to see and ride virtually here? Let me know. Another little fun fact. Oh, look at this straightaway. This is great. Holding steady at about 24.4 miles an hour. 150 watts. This is a nice cruising speed if the weather's good. All right, fun fact. There's a lot of ancient Roman ruins around this area. Long before it was an industrial hub, it was a Roman city. And there's a lot of archaeological influence you can tell when you go there. There's an archaeological site containing the remarkably well-preserved ruins of a Roman villa from the 1st century BC. That's the crazy thing about places like this that have mild weather, is when they have ruins or archaeological sites, those things tend to stay in pretty good condition because the weather's so mild. Definitely worth a visit. And in that specific archaeological site, it has the original floors, which are mosaics. And that was built and powered by the city's wealthiest citizens. Sorry, I meant to say architecture back in that sentence, but I said archaeological. Anyway, you get the idea. All right, 5 miles in, everybody. You're doing it. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're doing 200 watts or you don't know what wattage you're doing. As long as you're just here participating in your own way, doesn't matter. Even if you're just sitting back watching because you're not feeling good today, that's fine too. Love having you. We're not training for a triathlon here. We're just keeping moving. That's all I aim to do. Is I have just got to keep moving personally. Because when I don't, I start to feel it and it catches up fast. Okay, 6 miles coming up here. And I will hydrate again when we hit that 6 mile mark. If you listen to the music in the background, you'll notice it has a little bit of an 80s vibe. I mixed 80s and 90s genres because I'm a child of the 80s. And I grew up during the 90s as well. So almost like think Van Halen mixed with Linkin Park and some more melodic tones. Things that just keep you motivated, at least keep me motivated. Let me know in the comments below if you appreciate the music or you'd like to hear something else. Also, because this is all subtexted, you could just turn off my voice and my music and still be here for the ride. All right, 5.75 miles. Coming up on our 6 miles, we're 194 feet into our climb, leaving us 166 feet left, right at the halfway point. Mile mark, hydration. All right. We are doing it regardless of how you're here. If you're still here, thank you. And I hope you wake up tomorrow feeling like your body is thanking you for moving. Because that's the best part of this. Also, I sleep really, really well after a good mild bike ride. Where most nights with MS are very challenging to sleep because of the spasms. Good job, everybody. 6.5 miles. Can you believe we've done 6.5 miles already? And you've been here for almost 20 minutes. All right, a little uphill here, and then I'm going to tell you another fun fact about this area. There we go. So, this area has a marathon legacy. During the 1992 Barcelona Summer Olympics, Mataro served as an official starting point for the marathon races. Thousands of spectators lined the city's coastal roads to watch the world's elite runners begin their grueling 42-kilometer journey towards the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, or Barcelona, depending on how you want to say it. What's this road sign say? Costa something something rather. I didn't have a chance to read it. A little downhill here, 1.8 degrees. Time to catch our breaths. Good deep breaths, good exhales through the nose. Now I am a personal trainer, certified, with a specialty in multiple sclerosis and the challenges that provides. But I'm not your personal trainer. So take this at your own pace. I'm not a healthcare provider, not a doctor. I'm just an engineer trying to stay moving with multiple sclerosis and hoping a community is willing to come along and participate. I love this. So if you're having difficulty, slow down or stop. And if you're having a hard time breathing or other weird symptoms, get help immediately. Coming up on 8 miles. So this person in front of me is a robot, and he is created by the algorithm, and he's there following my pace and just kind of keeping me motivated a little bit. If I speed up, he speeds up. If I slow down, he slows down. It's a good way to pace yourself, and also not try to compare yourself against other people that are probably way better or even way worse. A little bit of an uphill here. 2.1% grade. For the nerds out there, that means 2.1 feet in elevation for every 100 feet moving forward. All right, now that looks like a brewery on the left. "111 feet of elevation left." And there's a McDonald's. You can't get away from them. We're 25 minutes in, coming up on, well, just past 8.5 miles. 3.9 miles left. Lots of graffiti here. I hope you're feeling well. Hope you've been staying hydrated. I'm coming up on another water break here at a quarter mile. These are the parts that look just like San Diego. The architecture, the roads, the stores, the coffee shops. And if you could see farther left, I think you'd see the coast. It's hard to tell the difference. Except the traffic's not as crazy. You look there on the right, that looks just like the hillside in La Jolla, California. Dr. Seuss lived. And also, where I ran into Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park. I was out watching the waves because I was going to go out and go surfing. And I was on an overlook, and they were standing right there. And as soon as my wife said, "Hey, that's Matt Stone and Trey Parker," they turned around and they left. They don't like attention, but their writing is brilliant. It's just amazing. All right, little downhill here. 3.7% means 370 feet. Oh, sorry, 3.7 feet for every 100 feet forward. All right, 28 minutes. If you're here for the first time, or second time, or third time, and you're really struggling right now at the 28-minute mark, that's totally fine. Just back off and duck out if you want to, or just slow down completely. No fun overdoing it, because then tomorrow's just going to be painful. It took me 6 years after my diagnosis to figure out where my sweet spot was and what my signals were for trying too hard and ultimately causing more harm than good.
In this fight, we come too far to ease the burn.
The great thing about this platform is if you are dealing with a chronic condition like MS and you don't know where your limits are yet, you can come here and do the same course over and over again on a smart trainer on a bicycle and figure out what your signals are, your symptoms are that pop up when you're overdoing it. For me, it's when my back starts getting super sweaty. That's when I know I'm overdoing it and I need to back way off. I think we forgot to hydrate, but I'm doing it. 10 miles in, 2.25 left. Nice little downhill right here. I find my perfect routine is go mild, challenge myself, and then take the next day to rest. And that really helps calm my inflammation and reduce my MS symptoms. If I go day after day after day after day, it gets bad really fast. Then I find myself stuck in bed for a couple days. Kind of useless. I don't want to get there. All right, little uphill here. 10.5 miles in. 1.82 miles left. We're at the 31-minute mark.
Hold it, 30 seconds, own it. Can you feel that younger you? Riding right beside you too. Age is just a number. Call. You're the one who breaks the wall. We're headed for the finish line. Last mile, every day in the smoke still shines. Heartbeats roaring time. We're riding. We're headed for the finish line.
If you're wondering what my setup looks like over here, I will do an episode on that. It's not complicated. It's a very basic bike with a very basic smart trainer, which is Bluetooth connected to my laptop. And that gives me all the functions of the Rouvy algorithms. It increases friction when I'm going up hills, lightens it when I'm going down hills. It does feel like riding. If you're interested in setup configurations and costs, let me know in the comments below and I will do an episode on that. I've learned a lot. I'd be more than happy to share that with you. All right, 1.2 miles left. Good job if you're still here with us. We are making progress. A little downhill, which is nice. Okay. Less than a mile left to go. I'm gonna hydrate real quick. I like to keep my heart rate on these longer rides right at about 160. And that will be different for everybody. That's my sweet spot. I'm 49 years old. It could be a lot higher for some people, a lot lower for others. Basically, 160 is what I can do for 30 or 45 minutes or even an hour and not feel completely destroyed tomorrow. Half a mile left, everybody. Good job. If you're having trouble, use this as a cool down period. Slow down a little bit, let up on the pedaling, or change gears. Take it easy. You already made it. 35 minutes. That's really good. There's a sprint segment coming up. I'm gonna try it. I don't recommend, if you're doing this for the first time, that you try it. It'll burn you out. I don't have it. Don't have it today. All right. 700 feet left. 12.3 miles. 500 feet. 400. 300. 200. 100. Crossing that finish line. We're doing it together. Good job, everybody. Thank you so much for riding with me today. I may in the future incorporate cool down sessions. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you're interested in. I'm Cliff. I feel like fit. Please subscribe. See you in the next ride.